Pain. A lot of us have it. A lot of us don't know what to do about it. It could be caused by something biomechanical. You could have torn your meniscus, or maybe a ligament or a tendon, or you tore a muscle, or maybe you broke a bone, or maybe there's a nerve being compressed in your spine that travels somewhere and controls some function in your body, and it's not functioning as well. Not only that, but you're in pain because it's pressing on the nerve signal, and your brain is going, we're in pain, we need to do something about this. But what's so interesting about pain is it's not just things like that cause pain. There are a lot of other things that cause pain, things that are created even within our own mind. And the power of the human body cannot be underestimated. We talk about that all the time here at One Wellness. We relate it to chiropractic and being natural and all those things, like that great discussion that we had yesterday, right? About how you should just live naturally and you'll probably correct a world of problems. But health of your body and mind is intimately connected. And we talked about the gut-brain connection. We've talked about many other ways that your mind and body are connected, but with pain as well. And a recent trial showed just that yet again, at least to some degree, right? It was on 30 veterans that had PTSD and either neck or low back pain. For 3 months, they had them do yoga and mantram repetition. Mantram repetition is just when you say some phrase to yourself over and over, something that's reassuring, something that gives you some spiritual strength or motivation. It makes you feel good, right? And so they did that. You don't even have to say it. It could be within your own mind. Or they did relaxation techniques, right? And the yoga group, they did the sessions for about an hour at a time. The mantram repetition was about 15 minutes a pop. And the relaxation was in a group, and they had a group discussion, and they told them how to relax and whatever. That was about 75 minutes a pop, okay? They found at the end, very fascinatingly, that the group that did the yoga and mantram repetition had less pain, significant reductions in pain. Okay, we get that with the yoga, but what about with the mantram repetition? It's really, really interesting. We got to talk about this. They not only had reductions in pain, they had reduced fatigue. Interesting. Right? They had improved overall quality of life and reductions in alcohol abuse percentage. They were less likely to use alcohol, which is very fascinating. So this could go for things like substance abuse as well. PTSD symptoms improved in the relaxation group, right? Doing those group discussions. And what's so interesting here is, as we've said, pain is such a complicated thing in how our body processes that, right? And often we put ourselves in some mental state, and of course physical state, but we often would think of that, but mental state that can increase our levels of pain or discomfort or anxiety or depression and all these things based on what our brain thinks we're perceiving from the outside world. And so it's all about how you perceive things. And it's all about knowing that you are good, that you can do anything at any moment. And it's like we've talked about, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right? And so pain can be such a really, it's such a subjective thing, but it can almost be, self-inflicted in many regards. Now, that's not to undermine anybody who's in significant pain. That has a lot of issues. Obviously, there's something causing your pain, and we need to correct the biomechanical issues if that's the case, whether it be a pinched spinal nerve or whether it be, some damaged soft tissue or whatever it is, right? But you look at meditation, and meditation changes the neural pathways, how your brain, the pathways in your brain that sense pain. It changes how you sense pain. It builds some mental resilience, if you will, to the pain, and all of a sudden you don't feel it anymore. When somebody's really excited to do something, it seems like, they're less focused on pain, right? And so it's not that simple with all cases of pain, but it definitely can help us to live better if we realize that fact is true much of the time. And you have to keep yourself in this healthy mental state and doing things like mantram repetition, right? Yoga makes sense because that's actually with movement, and we know that exercise reduces pain, right? And so, it's so much more complicated yet simple than we see it, pain. Right? And so keep yourself in optimal mental and physical condition at all times. Do great things for yourself. Have a positive attitude. Have a positive outlook on life. Be excited for what can go right, not worried about what can go wrong. Be excited for what can go right. You have a speech coming up you're nervous for. You have a test coming up you're nervous for. You have a job interview coming up you're nervous for. Be excited for what can go right, not worried about what can go wrong. You want to get into the gym, you want to get in better shape. Be excited that you're going to go to the gym and you're going to get in better shape. You're going to start this new diet. We kind of hate the word diet. It's more of a total lifestyle, right? Whole food from nature, all this stuff we talk about, no processed foods, no sugar. Be excited for that journey. Don't be worried about how hard it's going to be, right? Be excited for the true fruit that you're going to reap at the end of that journey. And that's what we got for you guys today. I thought it was super fascinating, motivational if nothing else, hopefully, but really cool stuff. Who do we got on here? Let's say what's up. And we're going to rock and roll. Tommy! Thanks, Ma. This is my outfit, Universal Health, practice I work at. 1984, what's up? Sex the Gay Handshake, how you doing? Willie Isaac. Mel Angel. Jensen Bill. We appreciate you guys. That's for now. So what we got for you, folks? We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Gotta go eat a bunch of salmon scallops and mixed seafood and quinoa and other good stuff and blueberries for sure. And we'll see you tomorrow. I don't know where. I don't know when. But we'll see you then. Have an amazing night. Thanks a lot. Happy When Wellness. See you later.